more professional trainers and Cutmen are criticising the actions of Tim Tszyu's corner when he fought Sebastian Fundora. First of all, you have Robert Garcia here saying that if he was in the corner, he definitely would have stopped the fight. He referred to Cutman as pretty much employees who are brought in, and it's really the job of the head coach to stop the fight. And Robert Garcia, we know, has seen it all, done it all, so to hear that from him just adds more evidence to the fact that Tim Tszyu's corner were wrong to let the fight go on. You also have the team at ProBox TV, Chris Algieri and Paulie Malignaggi, saying that the fight should have been stopped. Paulie Malignaggi's rants are always incredibly entertaining, by the way. This one literally made me laugh, as a lot of them do. Timothy Bradley is the only one who has some kind of pushback, and it's not about the cut not being bad, but he says the reason why the doctor didn't stop the fight is because the cut apparently wasn't life-changing. It didn't threaten Tim Tszyu in a particularly bad way. It was just looking really bad because of how much blood he was losing, but he said that's why the doctor let the fight go on. Now, personally, I sided with Paulie Malignaggi, who says the fact that doctors from the same commission stop fights when fighters are screaming that they can see and that they can continue when they're cut over the eye, and they let this carry on, speaks to the idea that the commission let it go on because it was better for the promotion, for PBC. And that is something which Teddy Atlas has also talked about. He says that Tim Tszyu not only saved the show by taking the fight with Fundora when it was offered, but also saved the show by continuing the fight. And doctors don't like to stop fights because a lot will come on to them, and Stitch Duran mentioned that. Teddy Atlas also says that they don't want the main event to end due to no contest, or I think it was Chris Algieri who said that. Either way, Teddy Atlas also talks about the fight, how it should have been stopped, and he is another very experienced trainer, so more and more evidence that Tim Tsz유's corner really messed up. And I wanted to bring up more professional cutmen criticising what Tim Tsz유's corner did. You have this Boxing Scene article where Mike Basil, nicknamed The Mechanic, who has worked with fighters like Nonito Donaire, Gennady Golovkin and Daniel Jacobs, criticising again what they did. He says, "I only know what I observed, which was poor technique, a lack of knowledge about knowing the rules of an unintentional foul that is bleeding in his eyesight. The fight is not being stopped. You can have the fight stopped inside of 4 rounds. And he's saying if a fight is stopped at the end of the 4th round, it's a no contest. I wouldn't use 1 swab. I would use 2 because it looked like a pretty good gash. I don't know how wide or deep it was, but I would have used 2 swabs. Put on the pressure. You have to use medicine and contact the wound. Then I would have taken cold grease if I could and packed the wound with it." And he also points out something which I didn't even notice when I was watching the fight again. By the way, I'm going to watch the fight a 3rd time and score it this time. But he says that Gambin, who was Tim Tsz유's cutman, didn't even wear gloves, which is really bad. I mean, talk about the possibility of infection. Mike Basil also brings up the commission. He says, "The commission is not going to supply everything. You, as a professional cutman, have to do it. Poor technique, not prepared. The corner, not knowing the rules. They are from Australia." Then you got Mike Rodriguez, another experienced cutman, who is referring to the commissions as like airport security. He says, all of them different from one another, from the approval of medicines allowed by the Nevada Athletic Commission to the local rules surrounding an accidental foul causing a serious injury. More could be done to either align rules across commissions or make clear the differences to all parties involved in the fights. This is quite interesting because, first of all, the team at ProBox, I can't remember who it was, brought up that maybe the fighter's corner, so Tim Tsz유's corner, didn't know that if they stopped the fight after 4 rounds, they could have got a no contest. Now, if that is true, that is mind-blowing to me. Like, I am shocked because I knew that rule. A fight is called off because of a cut before 4 rounds are finished. You get a no contest. Isn't that common knowledge to everyone in boxing? How did Tim Tsz유's corner not know about that? This then raises the question, should Tim Tszyu actually fire his corner? Because regardless of what you think of Tim Tsz유's corner team and how they handled the fight, they know how to train Tim Tszyu. I mean, that was a very good fight he fought. I mean, Tim Tszyu fought almost with half good eyesight, maybe even less, for 10 rounds and has a case for winning. I mean, So far, watching the fight again, I thought Fundora won the fight, but I thought there was a case you could make for Tim Tszyu winning. So the corner is good in that aspect, but to not know the rules, that is shocking. That is why I included it in the thumbnail. Did the corner actually not know that they could have got a no contest and that they could have left that fight with the belt? The cut started just as the second round was finishing. And also, I didn't see them pack swabs on that thing at all. Like, not even from the start. So going back to Stitch Duran's comments about how they didn't bring enough swabs to the fight, which you use to press on a cut to try and stop the bleeding, then you pack it with adrenaline cream and Vaseline, etc. Did they bring any? That's what I'm wondering. And if they didn't, that is just more amateur hour stuff from them. They had 2 more rounds to see if they could try and get an early knockout. When it didn't happen, that would have been the time to call off the fight. And Fundora would not have left the ring with the WBC belt. So again, extra bad from Tim Tszyu's corner. And I'm just bringing this up because I really want the rematch to happen. And I know I've said that I will do a video on Terence Crawford getting mandated and what he should do, and I'm going to. There's just UFC 300 coming up, so I just got out a bunch of my prediction videos, and I've got some more boxing ones coming in a second. I will get on to Terence Crawford, but I really want the rematch, so that is one of the main reasons why I keep talking about this news. But also I find it fascinating, because I said before the fight, if Tim Tszyu keeps winning, he is going to be one of the major stars in boxing, and I stand by that. And technically he lost, but as Teddy Atlas would say, I wouldn't even really call him a loser. So those are just my thoughts. Let me know yours about all of these professionals once again criticising Tim Tszyu's corner, and is this further evidence that Tim Tszyu should make some changes in his team? Let me know what you guys think. Catch you guys later. Like the video and subscribe to the channel for more.